Julie and I love getting outside to take advantage of the outdoors in the summer, but new research shows about 2/3 of the sunscreens out there either don't protect against the sun or include harmful chemicals.
We've talked about this on the show before. Dr. Mehra from SSM Health is back with us this morning to talk about those findings. Glad to have you back with us.
Good morning. Glad to be back.
You know, I don't want to say that folks shouldn't use sunscreen, right? I mean, you still need protection.
Absolutely. So this is something that you want to be aware of, but definitely don't stop using that sunscreen, that sunblock. It's really important to remember that skin cancer affects more Americans than any other cancer out there. So this is still really important. And the number one thing we can do is protect, and prevention. But this is really interesting that the FDA is now going to come out and really evaluate most of the sunscreen products on the market. Interestingly, it showed so far in preliminary tests that over 60–70% of the sunscreens on the market either don't claim to have the protection that they say they do or have some kind of chemical that may have potential harmful effects. And by that, I mean the skin is our largest organ. So obviously, if you're using a product on your skin, you're able to absorb some of those chemicals. Some of those chemicals now may have harmful effects to either our hormones, if you're pregnant, different types of things that are happening in the body. So this is not at all cause for alarm. Don't stop using that, but just be aware and make sure you're using something that is offering good coverage. So a lot of people aren't aware between the UVA, UVB, and SPF differences. SPF is simple for sun protection factor. That only covers the UVB protection. However, that doesn't tell you anything about the UVA protection. We really want to make sure we're looking for something that says broad spectrum on the product, hopefully water resistant. That means UVA and UVB protection. If you're really concerned, you don't want any chemicals, looking for something with zinc oxide that's natural and also doesn't really get absorbed into the skin is important, because then you're not really worried about all the other potential things that this article is pointing out.
Good tips there.
So the other thing we want to talk about this morning, obviously we're getting into the summer months.
Yeah.
There's a new study out of the UK that says nearly 1 in 8 adults have suicidal thoughts about their body image. I mean, that's scary.
It is scary, and you know, we're seeing more and more studies like this. This study was actually out of Britain, as you mentioned, but we're seeing this in America and England, anywhere where really social media in general, continues to promote these images that may be unrealistic and really set a goal for us that are unattainable. So a lot of organizations are working together, like suicide prevention organizations, with social media, with media, to say how can we encourage positive body images without making people really question, really doubt themselves, and have suicidal thoughts. I mean, in general, we always want to encourage having a healthy, happy lifestyle, but that, of course, also deals with having great mental health, feeling good about yourself, not looking at images and feeling potentially suicidal. It looked at ages 18 and older, so in 18 to 24, it was like 1 in 3 almost had thoughts of either injuring themselves, suicide, or really just having lower self-esteem issues. And then over the age of 55 is a little bit less. The question is it just because they're exposed to less social media, and perhaps the younger you are, the more social media, the more promotion of just images that, again, make you feel worse about yourself. So yes, we want people to really have that happy, healthy lifestyle, to be fit, to not encourage obesity by any means, but I think having realistic goals, having images that we can relate to is also a good thing.
All right, Dr. Mehra, good to have you back with us this morning. We always appreciate it.
Great to be here.
Have a good one.
Bye.